Recording in progress.
Sean? Okay. Good evening. We will call the Auburn City Council meeting for Monday, December 15th, 2025 to order, and we will begin with a land acknowledgement. We would like to acknowledge the federally recognized Muckleshoot Indian tribe, the ancestral keepers of the land we're gathered on today. We thank them for their immense contributions to our state and local history, culture, economy, and identity as Washingtonians. Tonight's meeting will be held both in person and virtually. And I don't see our Girl Scouts here this evening. So if you would all please rise and join us in the Pledge of Allegiance. Councilmember Troutmanuel, would you like to lead that tonight? I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you. Please be seated. And Sean, would you please call roll?
Deputy Mayor Rakes.
Here.
Councilmember Ammer.
Here.
Councilmember Baldwin.
Here.
Councilmember Sturgis.
Here.
Councilmember Clinton Taylor.
Here.
Councilmember Tracy Taylor.
Here.
And Councilmember Trout Manuel.
Here. Thank you. And is Councilmember Sturgis going to turn her? She turned it on and said here. No,
I
not her
am
microphone.
trying to get the background to work, so it'll be on in just a moment.
Okay, great. All right, I have a proclamation, so I'm going to go over to the podium. All right, we have a proclamation this evening, and I'm going to ask Bryce Landred from the Urban Tree Board. He's the chair of the Urban Tree Board, to please come forward. Nice to see you again.
Nice to see you, Mayor.
Thanks for swimming your way to us this evening.
It was downstream.
All right, Mayor's proclamation. Whereas the City of Auburn has been designated a tree city by the Washington State Department of Natural Resources, sponsored by the National Arbor Day Foundation in cooperation with the National Association of State Foresters, USDA, Forest Service, United States Conference of Mayors, and National League of Cities. And whereas the City Council of the City of Auburn established an urban tree board to assist the City Council in promoting the preservation and beautification of trees in the city. And whereas it is in the public interest to preserve significant trees for the purposes of climate modification, enhancing wildlife habitat, improving air quality, reducing soil erosion, and beautification of the city. And whereas Comprehensive Plan Policy EN.27 states that the city shall seek to protect any unique, rare, or endangered species of plants found within the city. And whereas the role of the Urban Tree Board is to nominate a tree in preserving unique trees within the City of Auburn. And now, therefore, I, Nancy Backus, Mayor of the City of Auburn, do hereby declare the dogwood tree at the corner of East Main Street and M Street Northeast as a 2025 heritage tree in the City of Auburn, and urge our residents to celebrate this designation and support the importance of maintaining healthy urban and rural forests within our community. Dated this 15th day of December, 2025. And Bryce, I'm going to give this to you and see if you have any comments you would like to make about that beautiful tree.
You probably know the answer to that. And
Come on over by the microphone.
let's not only welcome this tree to our growing list of heritage trees. We have about 24 in the city of Auburn now. This is about the 14th one of these you have handed to me, I believe. Probably not that many, but it's been a lot. So this tree, I would say, not only do we cherish it, but go look at it. You don't even have to get out of your car to see this tree. Most of our heritage trees are gigantic. Big oaks and tulip trees and redwoods and maples and monkey puzzles. We've got a lot of really big, really cool trees. And they're all over the city. This one fits the unique description of trees. So it's a dogwood. It's on the corner. It's in the front yard of the building there. It's a home that's been converted to a commercial property. And it's probably about 80 years old, maybe a little bit older than that. It started out as a really nice little tree that was probably planted around World War II, I would imagine. And it grew two nicely symmetrical parts that grow right next to each other. So it was gorgeous for probably 50 or 60 years. And then nature took over and that tree split. So the two stems split in half, which would arboriculturally be called a bark inclusion failure. So the stems are pulled apart, and it's now in a state, another arboricultural term would be arrested failure, self-arrested failure. So the tree, even though it looks awkward and looks like it's ready to fall apart, it's been that way for decades now. And it's just hanging in there year after year, reacting to the weight and the growth. And it's a really, really unique, a really cool tree. There's not another one around that's anything like that. So thank you for accepting our recommendation for this tree. We on the tree board are always looking for more help and more projects to work on. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. All right, and next on the agenda is a presentation, and this one is a little bit unique. First of all, we were planning on doing a separate farewell celebration prior to the council meeting beginning this evening. But Councilmember Trout Manuel, who is always thinking about her fellow friends, family, and residents, said that she did not want a large celebration this evening. She told us that this morning because of the concern over flooding and for people being out on the roads late at night with the weather that we're having. So in place of that, we are doing a shortened but nonetheless important farewell to Councilmember Trout Manuel this evening. And we have this great presentation or video, so I'm going to ask Sean to start that. I'm going to ask Councilmember Trout Manuel to come down and join me here. And I'm going to read a few things about Councilmember Trout Manuel, and then we'll turn it over to her for remarks. But pay attention to the words, but pay attention to the great photos at the same time. So tonight, it is truly an honor to recognize Councilmember Yolanda Trout Manuel for her years of dedicated service to the city of Auburn and to our broader region. Councilmember Trout Manuel has served on the Auburn City Council since 2014, and throughout her time here, she has been a steady and thoughtful voice for our community. Her work has consistently centered on protecting families, supporting children, improving public safety, and ensuring Auburn has a seat at the important regional tables. She has represented Auburn with distinction through Sound Cities Association committees focused on domestic violence prevention, children and youth, and water quality, and also through national organizations such as the National League of Cities, HELO, which is Hispanic Elected Local Officials, and NALEO, which I don't know what NALEO stands for.
NALEO is national education. All the teachers from throughout the United States and principals gathered together yearly.
Thank you. Her leadership has also extended well beyond council chambers into schools, advocacy efforts, and regional partnerships that make a real difference in people's lives. Councilmember Trout Manuel's service has always been deeply personal and deeply purposeful. Her advocacy for safety, education, and equity comes from lived experience, and she has turned that experience into positive change for others. The many awards she has received over the years reflect not just her accomplishments, but the respect she has earned along the way. On behalf of the City of Auburn, the City Council, and our residents, I want to thank Councilmember Trout Manuel for her commitment, for her heart, and for her years of service. Auburn is stronger because of you, and we are deeply grateful for all that you have done. Congratulations, Yolanda, and thank you. And we do have this award that says, presented to Yolanda Trout Manuel, Auburn City Council 2014 through 2025. In honor of your 12 years of dedicated service to the Auburn community, we pay tribute to your years of service on the Auburn City Council. You truly demonstrated how one person can make a difference in their community. And I know that you were on the Planning Commission for a couple of years before coming on the City Council. We wanted to highlight your City Council service this evening. So I'd like to present you with that award.
Thank you.
Thank you for your years of service. And if you want photos, we can do that.
Ronnie, do you want to come up here?
Yeah.
Come up here. Ron, come up here.
Please, Mr. Manuel, come up here. Do you want me to take that so that's, okay?
You want to take a picture of us now from here instead of over there? Thank you.
And Yolanda, do you have anything that you would like to say? All right. And I'll put that right there.
Okay. Good evening, and thank you, everybody, for being here. Yes, I did think about our community at this time with the weather, the winds coming up, power outage we might have, I don't know, I hope we don't, and also the flooding. So I asked Nancy if we could please not do the celebration that she wanted to do earlier. So I'll start out by saying I'm not going to say goodbye, as I don't see myself leaving or going away permanently. I see myself as recreating and redirecting my next chapter in life. I am excited about it, I really am. I see this moment as an opportunity to express my gratitude to all that have helped me along this wonderful journey. And so I'll just say farewell or hasta luego for now. It has been an interesting journey arriving here in April in Auburn in 2008. At times this journey was hard and painful. At times it was also filled with laughter, with positive feeling as well-being of having accomplished something I had not done before, and serving with honesty, with dignity, and with honor to serve on this council for 12 years. Nevertheless, here I am, and here we are. Briefly, I want to mention a few highlights that happened during my tenure here in Auburn. These accomplishments I'm very proud of having been part of. I was the first Latina elected official of the City of Auburn in 126 years. During my tenure, we celebrated the Latino community by partnership with Auburn Community and held the first Fiesta Patron event. Serving on Hilo as National Leagues of City, the first one of Auburn to be the president of an advocacy board. At that time when I joined in 2014, the group only had 48 members. As of today, I was president for 2 years. We're up to 187. I left them with the challenge to break the 200 goal that I wanted to do this year, and I didn't accomplish it. Being actively participating in the Domestic Violence Committee, regionally task force, I was able to make a positive and significant impact in advocating and supporting victims of domestic violence in our region. In my committee, there was 6 of us. We were able to go to Olympia and sign the safety, I can't remember the title of it, but it has protection order for the women in Auburn, well, in our region, and we got that accomplished. Taking the lead with 2 other council members, Claude DeCourcy and Bob Baggett, bringing the race equity to our city. This is the time that we were being faced with the sanctuary city. We went to tons of meetings and meeting with our Latino community in our city. And it was a challenge to get our council members to agree to have us pass the ordinance to bring the race equity into our city. There are many other things that I have done and accomplished, but there's too many of them to say out of 18 committees that I have been on. So I would like to thank dearly all of you that have been supporting my journey, your guidance and your kindness, for which I am fortunate and forever grateful. I apologize in advance because I'm not going to be able to mention all of you wonderful souls who helped me along the way, as time is limited. Nevertheless, thank you all for this precious journey. However, I do want to mention a few wonderful people who are important to my success. First of all, my husband, Ron Manuel. He has been there and continues to be the most loving and steady present during the best times and the worst times of my tender. Thank you, Ron. I am so blessed by being with you. And our son, Mike Trout, and our daughter, Corey Hatley, and our grandsons who have been very patient with me through my journey. They're so excited that Grandma is finally retiring. Pete Lewis, one of the first person I met here in Auburn, whom, without even knowing anything about me, reached out, took me under his wings, and provided me with valuable mentoring and motivation to keep me going. Pete, I will never forget your wise and wisdom advices. Thank you. Councilmember Bob Baggett and Patty Baggett, for always being by my side and always supporting me. You're both more than friends. You are my family. There are a lot of other people, but as I say, I better stop here. I just want to tell council, thank you for working with me. Kate Baldwin, I love you dearly. You keep standing and doing what you're doing, what you do best. And I think I'll end with that. So thank you.
Thank you, Councilmember Trout Manuel, for your years of dedicated service. There have been a lot of times that have been challenging decisions that we've had to make going through the pandemic and right now going through the weather events. And I always appreciate your dedication and your questions, your care, and your concern for the people in this community. And that is something that will always be noted. That is your legacy for this community, is your care and your love for your fellow humans. So thank you so much. We appreciate all that you have done. All All right, we will move to appointments. Tonight we have one appointment for the Auburn Airport Board. City Council to approve the appointment of Lee Potter to Auburn Airport Board for a 3-year term expiring December 31st, 2028. Is there a motion to approve? Councilmember Baldwin.
Thank you. I move to approve the appointment of Lee Potter to the Auburn Airport Board for a 3-year term to expire December 31st, 2028. Thank you.
Thank you. Is there a second? Councilmember Ammer.
A second, Mayor.
Thank you. Councilmember Baldwin.
A lot of people don't necessarily know what a critical part of our infrastructure our airport is, how much business it brings to the community, and how important it is to have dedicated leaders on our airport board, making sure that things like runway improvements are happening so that way we can continue to maximize that as an economic driver and a recreational space for our community. Thank you. And thank you, Lee, for your service.
Thank you. Council, are there any comments or questions? All right, all those in favor of the appointment of Lee Potter to the Auburn Airport Board for a 3-year term to expire December 31st, 2028, please say aye.
Aye.
All opposed, please say no. The motion passes. We thank Mr. Potter for his willingness to serve. Human Services Committee. City Council to approve the reappointment of Carmen Gores and David Wright to the Human Services Committee for a 3-year term expiring December 31st, 2028. Is there a motion? Councilmember Tracy Taylor.
Thank you, Mayor. I move to approve the reappointment of Carmen Goers and David Wright to the Human Services Committee for a 3-year term to expire December 31st, 2028.
Thank you. Is there a second? Councilmember Ammer.
A second, Mayor.
Thank you. Councilmember Tracy Taylor.
Thank you, Mayor. From my understanding, Carmen Goers has been a part of the Human Services Committee for several years, and I love seeing her dedication to that, along with David Wright as well. It's a very important role to play, especially in our Human Services Committee, so I'm very excited to see the reappointment.
Thank you. Questions or comments? All those in favor of the reappointment of Carmen Gores and David Wright to the Human Services Committee for a 3-year term to expire December 31st, 2028, please say aye.
Aye.
All opposed, please say no. Motion passes, and we thank Carmen and David for their willingness to continue to serve. Sean, do we have any agenda modifications this evening?
No, Your Honor.
Thank you. All right, we will move to public hearings. We have one public hearing this evening, and that's ordinance number 7006. City Council to hold a public hearing to consider an ordinance relating to planning and designating a planned action for the 2024 Auburn downtown sub-area pursuant to the State Environmental Policy Act. Is there any presentation, Assistant Director Sturza, for this?
No presentation tonight, Mayor. City staff presented this at the December 8th study session last week.
Thank you. Council, do you have any questions of staff before we open the public hearing? All right. I will open the public hearing for ordinance number 7006 regarding the 2024 Auburn downtown sub-area. Yes, if you'd like to speak, please come forward to the podium. Please give your name and city of reference to city of residence, as well as please limit comments to 3 minutes.
Virginia Haugen, 2503 R Street Southeast, Auburn. Took me a while to figure out what a sub-area is. I figured it out. I would invite anyone here to take a look and find out what it really is. Thank you.
Thank you. Is there anyone else that would like to speak during the public hearing? One final time, would anyone like to speak to ordinance number 7006? All right. We will close the public hearing on ordinance number 7006, and we'll move to public comment. This is the place on the agenda where the public is invited to speak to the City Council on any issue. Did we have any written public comment this evening, Sean?
Yes, Your Honor. The public comment was received by Matt Height, which was forwarded to Mayor and Council prior to the meeting.
Thank you. All right, and do we have anyone online wishing to provide public comment?
No, Your Honor.
All right, we will open it up to in-person public comment. Is there anyone that would like to provide public comment this evening? Anyone like to? Sir, in the back, and please come forward, give your name and city of residence for the record, and please limit your comments to 3 minutes. And you will notice that there will be a countdown clock by Sean, so it will help you understand your time.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Rocky Salvador. I'm an Auburn resident, and I'm here tonight to speak about removing flock cameras from our city. I don't want flock cameras here. I don't want flock cameras around our city at all. They've been in the news lately, as I'm sure you're aware, and abroad, people speaking out against their use. Using flock cameras is mass surveillance with little oversight and poses risk to citizens of Auburn and citizens of every city who uses them. I believe the risk of these cameras outweigh any possible perceived benefit. Council is aware of the research conducted by the University of Washington earlier this year, and I'm sure you know that a recent case in Washington determined that all recordings of flock cameras fall under public record. This could allow anyone, anywhere, to request records of motor vehicles information for any reason. This poses serious risk to safety. These cameras are always on and photograph every vehicle that passes, not just those deemed suspicious or involved in something worth monitoring. The data used from these devices, which is stored on private servers, can be used to analyze patterns of movement, track and flag repeat visitors to a given area, which can essentially allow city police and other allowed jurisdictions to follow us wherever we go. This information can be used to build profiles of our movements and create a reason for suspicion. These cameras will not ultimately make us safer. We have already seen abuse of these cameras and data here in Auburn, and most recently, law enforcement in Yakima have been searching databases for information during protests to gather information about people participating in a constitutionally protected activity. Continuing to invest in this technology only helps us get closer to a state where the government can monitor and track our movements. I do not want flock in Auburn. I do not want it on a pole. I do not want it accessible by trolls. I do not want flock in Auburn at any cost. I'm going to forward this along to the council and mayor, and then I also have some links that I'll provide to you as well. Thank you.
And if you would like to send that to our city clerk can distribute it to council if that's easier for you. Thank you. Is there anyone else that would like to speak this evening? Please come forward, give your name and city of residence for the record, and please limit your comments to 3 minutes.
Virginia Haugen, 2503 R Street Southeast, Auburn. I go Auburn Way on my way home tonight, but in the daytime, I've seen a sign on city property. I believe it used to belong to Multicare, and the framework for that sign is still there. I believe the city owns the property and it's being maintained. I remember the beautiful house that used to be there, and I would like it. Surely we can afford to get somebody to take that awful sign down, because it's just a reminder to me that we lost Blanche Moses' house, and I know the history. I even got to be in it, but it was so beautiful, and the sign doesn't look too good. What else? There was something else, but I'm 83 years old, and my diet has not been very good the last few days, and I have a sister who will die pretty soon, so I'm going to sit down, okay?
Thank you. And just for the record, the city of Auburn did not tear down the home. Multicare tore the house down years ago. Just saying for the record. All right. Anyone else like to speak this evening? Final time, would anyone else like to speak this evening? All right, we will move on from public comment. And Sean, do we have any correspondence this evening?
No, Your Honor.
Thank you. Moving to the consent agenda, all matters listed on the consent agenda are considered by the City Council to be routine and will be enacted by one motion in the form listed. Is there a motion to approve the consent agenda? Deputy Mayor Rakes.
Thank you, Mayor. I move to approve the consent agenda.
Thank you. Is there a second? Councilmember Trout-Manuel.
I make, I agree.
Second?
I second. I'm
Thank
sorry.
you. We got to split the two of you up over here.
I know I looked at her.
All right. We have a motion and a second. Council, are there any questions or are there any items on the consent agenda that you would like removed for separate consideration? All those in favor of the consent agenda, please say aye.
Aye.
I,
Councilmember Sturgis?
Yes, aye. Sorry, I didn't unmute, but I did say aye.
Okay, thank you.
We didn't list the stuff on the consent.
That's okay. You can if you want. Deputy Mayor Rakes, would you like to?
Sure. The consent agenda.
Your microphone, though.
The consent agenda is the minutes from November 24th and December 8th study session meeting, minutes from December 1st city council meeting, and claims and vouchers and payroll vouchers is listed on your agenda.
Thank you. Councilmember Baldwin, as Chair of the Finance Committee, did you have any comments that you would like to add regarding the consent agenda?
Thank you for the question, Mayor. Neither myself nor Councilmember Taylor had questions this week, so we recommend approval.
Thank you. All right, now, all those in favor of the consent agenda, please say aye.
I,
All opposed, please say no. The consent agenda passes. All right, we have no unfinished business or new business this evening, so moving to ordinances. Ordinance number 6993, an ordinance amending section 3.53 of the Auburn City Code relating to the imposition and administration of the city business and occupation, or B&O tax. Is there a motion to approve? Councilmember Baldwin.
Thank you, Mayor. I would move to approve ordinance number 6993.
Thank you. Is there a second? Councilmember Taylor.
Thank you, Mayor. I second that motion.
Thank you. Councilmember Baldwin.
Thank you, Mayor. As we had heard last week in study session, Washington cities are mandated to update our city B&O tax model ordinance classification definitions to reflect the state's changes that have occurred with regard to services and retail sales definitions for state B&O and sales taxes in sections 101 and 201 of Senate Bill 5814. Thank you.
Thank you. Questions or comments from council? All those in favor of ordinance number 6993, please say aye.
I,
All opposed, please say no. Ordinance number 6993 passes. Excuse me. Ordinance number 6997, an ordinance relating to planning and amending the City of Auburn Comprehensive Plan by adopting a new subarea plan entitled the 2024 Auburn Downtown Subarea Plan pursuant to the provisions of RCW Chapters 36.70A and 35A.63 of the laws of the state of Washington, designating this plan as guidance for exercising the city's authority under the Washington State Environmental Protection Act, or SEPA. Is there a motion to approve? Councilmember Tracy Taylor.
Thank you, Mayor. I move to approve ordinance 6997, please.
Thank you. Is there a second? Councilmember Baldwin.
I'll second.
Thank you. Councilmember Tracy Taylor.
Thank you, Mayor. This ordinance will adopt the 2024 Auburn Downtown Subarea Plan as associated documents and maps. These documents provide a refreshed perspective on land use, development, and transportation for the downtown area.
Thank you. Council, are there any questions or comments? All right, all those in favor of ordinance number 6997, please say aye.
Aye.
All opposed, please say no. Ordinance number 6997 passes. Ordinance number 6998, an ordinance relating to planning, amending sections 18.02.067, 18.07.010, 18.07.020, 18.23.030, 18.52.020, and creating new sections 18.04.239 and 18.31.161 within Title 18 zoning of the Auburn City Code, allowing co-living housing in the downtown urban center, R3, R4, RNM, C2, CAG, and M1 zones. Is there a motion to approve? Councilmember Clinton Taylor.
Thank you, Mayor. I move to approve ordinance 6998.
Thank you. Is there a second? Deputy Mayor Rakes.
I second that, Mayor.
Thank you. Councilmember Clinton Taylor.
Thank you, Mayor. This ordinance will update Auburn City Code to be consistent with the requirements of the state to allow co-living housing within zones that allow for a minimum of 6 multifamily residential units.
Thank you. Are there any questions or comments from council? Councilmember Baldwin.
Thank you, Mayor. I think my comment on this ordinance, as well as the previous one, is that, the changes that we're looking at here is really about trying to increase density in our downtown core, which means having more affordable housing, more opportunities for housing, and the ability to get people into Auburn so we can build it up and have a beautiful, active, vibrant downtown. So I know when we look at zoning codes, it doesn't always translate into what that means for your average person on the street, but I think when we look at what the outcome should be, it's about being able to get more people into homes in this city. Thank you.
Thank you. Any other comments? All right, and for those of you that have been around for a few years, do you remember how quickly former city attorney Dan Hyde used to read all those code sections? It was like a blah, 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 blah. I don't have that skill. That is a true skill that he had. All right, all those in favor of ordinance number 6998, please say aye.
Aye.
All opposed, please say no. Ordinance number 6998 passes. Ordinance number 7006, an ordinance relating to planning and designating a planned action for the 2024 Auburn downtown sub-area pursuant to the State Environmental Protection Act. Is there a motion? Councilmember Tracy Taylor.
Thank you, Mayor. I move to approve ordinance number 7006, please.
Thank you. Is there a second?
Second.
Councilmember Trout Manuel.
I'll second that.
Thank you. Councilmember Tracy Taylor.
Thank you, Mayor. This ordinance adopts a planned action for the downtown sub-area, helping to streamline and expedite the land use permit review process for future qualified projects within the downtown area.
Thank you. Are there any questions or comments from council? All those in favor of ordinance number 7006, please say aye.
Aye.
All opposed, please say no. Ordinance number 7006 passes. Moving to resolutions. Resolution number 5876, a resolution authorizing the mayor to execute an amendment to the sewer franchise agreement between the City of Auburn and King County to establish a franchise compensation schedule for the city's use and occupation of King County right-of-way to install, operate, and maintain city sewer facilities. Is there a motion? Councilmember Tracy Taylor.
I thought Councilmember Baldwin was got that one. I move to adopt Resolution 5876. Thank you.
Thank you. Is there a second?
I'll second.
Councilmember Baldwin.
I'll second that. Wasn't trying to throw people.
We'll get you in there one way or another tonight. All right, Councilmember Tracy Taylor.
Thank you, Mayor. The King County, pursuant to King County Code 6.27.080, imposes franchise compensation amounts to utility franchise agreement holders to use and occupy King County right-of-way. This resolution will authorize the mayor to execute an amendment to the existing sewer franchise agreement between the city and King County to establish a franchise compensation schedule for the city's sewer facilities that provide service within our utility service boundary but are located outside of the city limits.
Thank you. Questions or comments from council? All those in favor of resolution number 5876, please say aye.
Aye.
All opposed, please say no. Resolution number 5876 passes. Resolution number 5877, a resolution authorizing the mayor to execute an agreement between the City of Auburn and King County for the 2026 through 2031 Parks Property Tax Levy allocation. Is there a motion? Councilmember Clinton Taylor.
Thank you, Mayor. I move to adopt resolution number 5877.
Thank you. Is there a second? Councilmember Ammer.
I second, Mayor.
Thank you. Councilmember Clinton Taylor.
Thank you, Mayor. In August 2025, King County voters approved renewal of the King County Parks levy for another 6 years starting in January of 2026, replacing the existing levy which expires at the end of 2025. This resolution would authorize the mayor to sign the agreement with King County to accept these levy funds.
Thank you. Questions or comments from council? All those in favor of resolution number 5877, please say aye.
Aye.
All opposed, please say no. Resolution number 5877 passes. Resolution number 5879, a resolution authorizing the mayor to execute a lease agreement with the We Care Daily Clinic, LLC, for space located at the Auburn Resource Center. Is there a motion? Councilmember Baldwin.
I would move to adopt resolution number 5879.
Thank you. Is there a second? Councilmember Ammer.
I second, Mayor.
Thank you. Councilmember Baldwin.
Thank you, Mayor. So the primary purpose of the Auburn Resource Center is to provide a one-stop shop by bringing together various social service providers into a single location. We want to make it easier for individuals to access the services they need without having to go all over the city. By executing this lease with We Care Daily Clinics, this helps us align with that purpose and support that goal. Thank you.
Thank you. Questions or comments from council? All those in favor of resolution number 5879, please say aye.
Aye.
All opposed, please say no. Resolution number 5879 passes. And resolution number 5880, a resolution authorizing the mayor to execute a lease agreement with the Auburn Food Bank for space located at the Auburn Resource Center. Is there a motion? Councilmember Clinton Taylor.
Thank you, Mayor. I recommend move and adoption resolution number 5880.
Thank you. Is there a second? Councilmember Baldwin. Oh, wait. Councilmember Trout Manuel, this is the last motion.
I'll second that. Oh,
Your microphone.
I'll second that.
Thank you. Councilmember Clinton Taylor.
Thank you, Mayor. The Auburn Food Bank provides vital services to the community by supporting residents dealing with food insecurities. The city values its longstanding partnership with the Auburn Food Bank, and it looks forward to continuing a successful partnership in part through the execution of this lease.
Thank you. Are there any questions or comments? All those in favor of resolution number 5880, please say aye.
Aye.
All opposed, please say no. Resolution number 5880 passes. All right, we will move to mayor and council member reports. At this time, the mayor and city council may report on significant items associated with their appointed positions on federal, state, regional, and local organizations. And we will begin with the deputy mayor.
Thank you, Mayor. I have no report tonight, but I just want to tell everybody to be safe out there.
Thank you. We're going to go a little out of order tonight, and I'm going to ask Councilmember Trout Manuel to provide her report. Your microphone.
I was going to say I don't have a report, but I do want to do my last report on domestic violence. We had our regional domestic violence, and there wasn't really much that they had to talk about, but I just want to do a shout out to whoever is going to take that position here in council to please be very involved. This is a committee which we really deal with our women and men and our children. They just wish me all the best, and it's time for me to retire because I've been here for 12 years in that committee. So I hope whoever takes this over will have as good a time as I have and get really involved in that group. Thank you.
Thank you. Now we'll go to Councilmember Clinton Taylor.
Thank you, Mayor. I don't have any report today, but I do want to just acknowledge that I want to personally thank Councilmember Chop Manuel. I remember a couple years ago when she knocked on my door and walked in my office and sat down and talked to me about council, and I was like, nope. And so we had some conversations about it, and she convinced me to at least consider it. And so I want to personally say thank you. She's been, not that the other council members haven't, but she's been very supportive of me from day one, and I really appreciate that. And again, thank you for 12 years of service to the city, and I wish you well in your retirement.
Thank you. Councilmember Tracy Taylor.
Thank you, Mayor. I also want to wish the best for Councilmember Trout Manuel in her retirement. I think she's got a bright future out in our community to do much more, as she has a heart for public service. I also want to acknowledge our staff, our city staff. So over the past several days, our community has experienced challenging conditions with flooding across parts of Auburn. I want to sincerely thank our public works crews who are out in the field in often difficult weather, monitoring conditions, responding quickly, and doing the hard behind-the-scenes work to keep our roads, our infrastructure, and our neighborhoods as safe as possible. I also want to recognize our communications team here in the city for the steady and clear cadence of information shared with our residents. Timely updates matter in moments like this, and their work helped ensure our community had the information they needed to stay safe and informed. I'm also deeply grateful for the professionalism, the coordination, and the care shown by our city staff during the response. It has been a challenging couple of days. They have been relentless in the elements, and what they've done with the evacuation notice that happened over the weekend. I know Mayor was out there as well. Just helping support everybody. Auburn is much stronger with our city staff, and I can't say enough about the work that they've done out in the field, so thank you.
Thank you. Councilmember Baldwin.
Thank you, Mayor. With with the activities going on, it's hard to believe that since our last meeting, these feel so long ago now. But I did have the opportunity to participate in the opening for the Federal Way Link Light Rail, which is going to really open up South King County and create incredible opportunity for our residents throughout the area. It's beautiful, it's clean. As yet, there was no graffiti, at least when I was on it. So let's keep it that way. Yep. I also had the pleasure of attending the Port of Seattle's holiday reception and our own Auburn Santa Parade and tree lighting, which always feels magical every year. On the 8th, I participated in the audit exit conference that we had, where we heard the outcome of the accountability audit for Auburn for the fiscal years 2023 and 2024. We were able to clear that audit, which is a great thing. And as noted by my fellow council members, just a massive thank you to all of our city staff who are working to keep the community safe. Thank you to the residents who are getting prepared, getting ready, and paying attention to make sure that they and their loved ones are staying safe out there. And I would be remiss if I didn't say a thank you to Councilmember Trout Manuel. When I had come on council, she was someone who offered advice, offered wisdom, was ready to share what her experiences had been, and worked to bring me up to speed when I was new as a council member. And so I look forward to continuing the tradition. And one of the things that has never ceased to amaze me is how broad her and deep her network is throughout the community. Anytime I've been with her, we go somewhere, she knows people, and if she doesn't know them, she meets them. And that's a skill that I recognize, I reflect, and I appreciate, because if anyone had an ear to what was happening in our city, she had that. And just thank you, and well done, and congratulations on your achievements.
Thank you. Councilmember Ammer.
You know me. Last Saturday, we started the day with the Santa breakfast, which was amazing. I was volunteer with the mayor. And then I think everybody around 11:30, we watched the news where City of Auburn issued level 3 evacuation, which means go now to North Auburn. I saw the note at 1. Around 12 at 1, I decided to go because the city opened the shelter, where is the community event center. I went there, the mayor was there, the director of the park, Julie, was there. It was a lot of work. I will not be talking about the work being done, but the leadership started with showing up. The mayor was there from the beginning, worked through the night, supporting the staff. Red Cross arrived there, and there were only 3 volunteers from out the state. Actually, the staff and myself, we helped empty the truck. I'm not a good labor worker, let's say that. We had to prepare the gym for the people. We already have people already, they were there. This kind of leadership set the tone. It reminds us the real leadership is not about position or recognition, but about the present, teamwork, and service. I want to say thank you to the directors, to the chief, for the staff, and our clerk for all the work they're doing during all the time, and your dedication, your commitment to our residents will not go unnoticed. I want to say thank you to our internet. We all the time, most people, they don't know behind the scene. We have IT person to help us the support. We have somebody working behind to make sure all the record there. He's my brother, if you don't know. We were born in the same state, and same hospital. We're not brother, but we're relatives, so thank you. I want to say thank you for everybody. I want to use the word council member, deputy mayor. I hope we can recommit to work together with respect, collaboration, and share commitment to serve our resident of the people of Auburn. And I want to end it with
to an end. And with that, the 2025 season comes to an end. Good night.
2025 season comes to an end. All right. Councilmember Sturgis, do you have a report this evening?
Thank you, Mayor. Yes, it kind of echoing several of the comments tonight. Just want to thank you, Councilmember Trout Manuel, for your years of service. It's been a huge learning for me the last couple of years, and it really is. A big deal when community members step up and want to serve their community. And I know I got to meet you through the work of the city supporting junior achievement. And I just was always so grateful for the way that you showed up to all of the events to support the organization. So thank you for your service. I really think I'm so proud to be part of the Auburn community. A lot of times it's easy to when times are good, to share the great things that are happening. But, real leadership is when the times are challenging. And seeing the mayor and the city directors and the staff all come together, regardless of what your role or title is, to roll up your sleeves to help community has just been really inspiring over this last week. So thank you all for your leadership and for your heart and your care. I, too, got to go test drive from the Kent Des Moines station to the Federal Way station for the new extension of the light rail. It's three beautiful stops, and I'm excited to be able to take the Federal Way light rail to SeaTac next time I travel. So it's going to be a huge cost savings for parking and for our local community. Also was excited to get invited to go to the Seattle Building Trades holiday event prior Friday, a week from last Friday, getting to know more and more of the different unions and how important our labor unions and unions are for the trades within or when it comes to helping to build our communities. I was very grateful for, I guess it's offered once a year. The Association of Washington Cities had an all-day elected officials essentials workshop last Saturday, and it made so much make sense. So it was a very informational training, a lot of information. It really broke down the reason and the why behind how to effectively hold public comment and use the Robert Rules of Order. It was I just was really grateful. A lot of things clicked for me, so that was an awesome opportunity. And then got to head straight out to the Santa Parade and the tree lighting. So such a special night in our community. And then for this past week, I was grateful to get to be a part of serving breakfast too. I had the second shift. I guess I'm the only non-morning person on the council because everyone else did the morning shift. But I did the second shift this past Saturday for Breakfast with Santa. And getting to serve breakfast, seeing all the families come out and just have so much fun together, dressed up and dancing and doing activities, and then getting their picture taken with Santa. It was just a super special opportunity to see our community come together, and just seeing how many people in our community look forward to these special events that are put on each year. And I guess it was the 40th year of folks being able to come have this really special quiche. And so it was so grateful to be a part of it. Not having small children anymore, I haven't seen these type of events the last couple of years. So I was grateful to see it in action and get to spend time with the community.
Thank you. So there have been a great number of community events in the last couple of weeks that really do bring our holiday season to life, including the Santa Claus Parade and the next day, the Red, White, and Blue concert that was put on. And for anyone that attended that or has attended over the years, I know that it is just a wonder to behold both of the events, because they're just so much fun, and they are really what this community is all about. The other side of the joy that is brought about in this community are the events that are occurring right now. This past week, with the weather and with the flooding on both, the potential for flooding on both the White River and the Green River, we have an amazing team that has been, as you can imagine, very active, operating on very little sleep for the last week. We have a new emergency manager, Matthew Colpitz, who, if he wasn't here, things would be a lot different. He is very well organized, very well connected, and very good at making sure that we have the people in place to do the jobs that we need in our Emergency Operations Center, or EOC. I want to thank everyone who has been staffing the EOC for the past few days. And I also want to thank Ingrid Gaub, our Director of Public Works, and her team for all of the incredible work that they are doing. I would be remiss if I didn't say, if you see a road closure sign, don't go down that road. It's not just about whether it's water over the roadway. It could be a compromised road, and you don't see that. We want everyone in this community safe. We want you around to see the next Santa parade. We want you around to listen to the next Red, White, and Blue concert. We want you around in our community. We have those signs up for a reason, and it is incredibly important that you listen and you follow that. Now, I also want to thank our communications manager, Jonathan Glover, who has done stellar work as our PIO, and also make sure that you know where to go for accurate and up-to-date information. There are a lot of social media accounts out there that may not be providing accurate information, so I want to make sure that you know where to look for the information. On Facebook, go to City of Auburn -government. There is where you will get the most accurate information. And if you want to go to our website, it is auburnwa.gov/flood. Those are the two places that you can count on for official information from the City of Auburn. Please don't pay attention to any of the other sites that may not provide you with accurate information. It is essential to your safety that you have accurate information. On Saturday evening, as Councilmember Ammer mentioned, we had our first level 3 or ready, set, go evacuation down in the area of 277th Street Northeast. It wasn't a drill, it was a go. And with that, we set up 2 shelters. One, I want to thank Debbie Christian and the Ray of Hope for opening their doors. The Ray of Hope is our day center down at our Auburn Resource Center. That was opened up at night for individuals who were going to be displaced from Trails End or the Coppergate Apartments or anyone in that area because of that level 3 evacuation. At the Community and Events Center, which was our second location. I want to thank Julie Kruger, the director, who we got her from a sound sleep, and who, in a moment's notice, got onto Highway 167 to get there, even as Highway 167 did not have great passing at that moment in time. I want to thank the Red Cross, who have been on site for most of the time that we have been open. We were there for a couple of hours, I think, Julie, before the Red Cross was able to be on site. But their volunteers are from all over this country. They were not local volunteers. They were volunteers who had been assigned to other areas in our state. They were running on very little sleep, but they showed up. They started to help activate. We had city team members there. And shortly after that, we started getting people who were evacuating who did not have any other place to go. That first night, we had intake for about 45 members of our community. About 50% of those were children. We had several pets. We have lots of dogs that are still there. We had one lizard for a while. We have some cats. And I want to thank members of our community who have stepped up. I want to say a special thank you to Z Street Coffee for donating coffee so that those who are at our shelter have good coffee to drink in the mornings. Red Cross is providing the meals, but our community has really come together as well. I have had offers from Oddfellas, let us know what you need, David Allen Davis. I had Pastor Cheryl Olson reach out to say, what can we do? There have been numerous people who have said, how do you need us to help? At 5:30 today, there was a conference call with Senators Murray and Cantwell, Governor Ferguson, King County Executive Zahalai, and the mayors from South King County, because that's where a majority of the issues in King County have been occurring. Every one of them. How can we help? Auburn, we know that you have been hit hard. How can we help? Yesterday, I had phone calls from Senators Cantwell and Senators Murray's office, both of them saying, what do you need? What we needed, for one thing, was for the Army Corps of Engineers, and I want to thank them as well. We needed the Army Corps of Engineers to not release quite so much water out of the Howard Hansen Dam. Now, they're releasing this water because even when it's not raining here in Auburn, it is raining up at the Howard Hansen Dam, one of those atmospheric rivers. And it is adding a great deal of water behind that dam. And if they don't release the water, there is a huge risk of that dam failing, which would be catastrophic to this area. So we understand why they have to release water. But they were releasing at a capacity that they believe we have when we know for a fact that we do not have that same capacity. And so Senators Murray and Cantwell went to bat for us and discussed with the Army Corps of Engineers reducing the amount of water that they are releasing. I'm happy to say that the Army Corps listened, and at least for today and for tomorrow, instead of, and these numbers are astronomical, but 12,000 cubic feet per second, they are releasing 10,000 cubic feet per second. That is a huge difference, as you may be able to imagine, between the river overflowing and the river being at a manageable level. So kudos and my appreciation to everyone involved. Councilmember Ammer, thank you for coming down, spending the night with us at the shelter. Greatly appreciated as a former CERT member, current CERT member. Thank you for coming down, but a huge thank you to this entire community. I've often said that we are not the richest community if you consider it only by per capita income. But if you consider this community by the willingness for our people to help one another in times of need. I see Debbie Christian here, who runs the Auburn Food Bank and oversees the Ray of Hope and the Sundown, and who is also operating that night the shelter for people. There's people with big hearts in this community that make us one of the richest that I could ever possibly know. So I want to say thank you personally and as mayor of your city for all that you are doing. Please take care of your neighbors. Please pay attention to those websites. It is critical to your safety that you know what's going on. And I appreciate you all. This is our last council meeting of the year. This is also Councilmember Trout Manuel's last meeting as a council member during her term, her 12 years. Councilmember Trout Manuel, thank you once again for your service to this community. I know it doesn't end tonight, but I thank you for all that you have done to care about this community over the years. Council, thank you for a very interesting and productive 2025. Directors and to your teams, thank you for the support that you have provided. Many of you and your team members have been in the EOC over the course of this past week. Many of you will continue to be there until this event ends. For now, the council meeting ends.